Hey guys, it's Elle. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with my November TBR. I am really excited for November. It is the second to last month of the year, which is insane to say. I feel like 2024 has just flown by. It is just crazy. And I can't believe that in a couple of months we're going to be getting a whole bunch of new releases in January and just the start of a new year. It's just insane to me. But we're not done with 2024 yet, and so in November I really want to try to prioritize romances that I really want to finish and read before the end of the year. And I want to first mention Broken Harbor by Catherine Cowles. This is a new release that I'm really excited to read. I actually am listening to it right now on audio. I got an ALC, so thank you to Catherine Cowles and her team. And this one is a single mom. I think, I'm trying to think. I think the hero is a hockey player, a pro hockey player, and the heroine is also a baker, and she has like a past, and it's in the small town world of Sparrow Falls, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I just started it, and it's super, super cute so far. So I'm really excited to read this in November, and I love Catherine's romances, and I'm so excited for a new release by her, and the cover for this one is just stunning. So, so cute, and I cannot wait to read this and finish it because I love her romances. I love this series. It is just so, so good. And then I also have a novel love story by Ashley Poston. This is her newest release this year that I really want to get to. I read The 7-Year Slip last year and loved it. This one specifically, I think the heroine, she goes back in time to, all of her books have like a paranormal aspect to them, and this one, the heroine, she goes into one of her favorite books, like one of the worlds of her favorite books, and that's her romance and her story, which sounds really, really interesting, and I'm excited to get to that. And I loved The 7-Year Slip. It was just such a great romance, so I'm really excited to get to this one. All right, so the first physical book I have on my TBR is The Women by Kristen Hanna. I have had this book on my TBR for, I think, the past 2 TBR videos. I don't know, I just put all books that I know I'm gonna love. So I really want to get to this one specifically in November. And this one, I think it's not really a romance. It does have a romance in it, but it's not the main aspect of the book. So I think this one revolves around this family, and one of the POVs we get is a woman who is going off to be a nurse in the Vietnam War, and this book really talks about how women who were a part of the Vietnam War and serving in the war were just overlooked and not kind of granted the same level of honor and remembrance as the men who served in the war. And it talks about a lot of heavy topics, and I just know there's a lot of heaviness in this one that I've heard is hard to read, but it's so important to educate yourself on and to read. So I really want to get to this one, but I need to be in the right mindset and mood to read a book with this much depth and hard topics in, so I just need to be in the right mindset to read this. So I feel like October was not the perfect month for that, but maybe November will be, so I really am excited to get to this one. Then I have Inheritance by Nora Roberts. I read The Search in October and really, really enjoyed that one, and this is, I think, a paranormal fantasy one, and it says that Astrid Granville is now Astrid Poole, beautiful in her bridal clothes and overwhelmed with love for her brand new husband. But before the marriage can be consummated, she is murdered and the circle of gold is torn from her finger. Her last words are a promise to Colin never to leave him. Present day Sonia McTavish is stunned to learn about her late father had a twin he never knew about, and her newly discovered uncle Colin Poole has left her almost everything he owned, including a majestic Victorian house on the Maine coast. The will stipulates that she must live in it for at least 3 years, having just dumped her cheating fiancé and left her job to start her own graphic design firm. She finds it a perfect opportunity to start fresh. She also wants to find out why the boys were separated at birth and why it was all kept secret until a DNA match on a genealogy website brought it all to light. Ooh, okay. So this sounds really interesting. very like fantastical, but still has that element of like small town, like Pacific Northwest. So I'm excited to read this. I really enjoyed The Search by her, and I've heard really great things about Inheritance, so I'm excited. And then I do really enjoy Julie Ann's books, but I heard that Jess from Peace Love Books recently read Sunday Morning, and she really, really loved it. The only other Julie Ann book I tried to read is If This Is the Love, and I did not like that one. I DNF'd it, but this one is she falls for her boyfriend's older brother, and she is a preacher's daughter, a people pleaser. She's also on the verge of graduating high school and following her dream of singing in Nashville. The only thing standing in her way is that the entire town of Devil's Head, Missouri thinks she'll marry Matt, son of the town's richest rancher. But Sarah's not sure he's her future husband, especially when his older brother Isaac returns home after serving 6 years in the army. So I think this is a taboo, forbidden romance and boyfriend's older brother romance. So this one sounds good. I think that's funny that it's set in Missouri specifically. So I live in Missouri, if you didn't know. I live in Columbia, Missouri. And I'm from St. Louis, so I think that's really funny. But I think like Devil's Head is a made-up place. I've never heard of that, but it sounds good. And she said that it reminds her of the one series by, what's her name? Elizabeth O'Rourke, which is like the Summer We Fell series. So I love that series, so I think I'm gonna really enjoy this one. And then I have Bourbon and Lies by Victoria Wilder. This is a newer small town romance. I heard this set on like a bourbon farm, and it says that in Fiasco, Kentucky, there is one rule: never fall for a fox brother. Any woman who did ended up dead, or so the rumor goes. Townies call it a curse, but I've lived it and I won't survive it again. I'm not a cop anymore, but I've seen enough danger to know that Lady Young, the beautiful stranger who just showed up in my small town, is running from it. She's lying about where she came from and what she's doing here. And she is working at his distillery. So I just heard it's like a small town romance. It deals with, he's like a protective hero. It's like on a ranch. I've heard really good things. It's like over everywhere on Instagram. So I really want to read this. It sounds really interesting, and I'm excited to get to it in November. And then I have Close Knit by Kels and Denise Stone. So this is a soccer romance, I think. And I think they like knit together, or it has something to do with knitting. So it says the hero was running from the paparazzi, and he crashed into a mystery girl, and that's the heroine. We agreed to one night, no strings, no real name, so a one-night stand. Ooh, okay, so they're neighbors, and I think it's like forced proximity because they're in the same building. But I think he's like different now. Like, I think it's like Grumpy Sunshine aspects. I don't know, but it sounds really good. A couple of my friends have read it and really loved it, so I want to get to it. And I think the cover is just so cute. Hopefully it'll focus. Oh, it's just so cute, so I really want to get to this. Then I have For Better or Hearst by Ava Hunter. This is a new release. She released this in October, and this one sounds really interesting. So I think the heroine is a death doula, and she ends up going on this trip with this millionaire client and his family. And oh, okay, so the hero is a man who has hated her guts since she crashed his wedding years ago, and he refuses to be on the trip with her, but he ends up going on it anyways. And so how can she survive 2 weeks in paradise with his offensively handsome face? But when falling coconuts and family drama threaten to derail the vacation, Ash and Nathaniel strike a deal, bury their animosity, and make the vacation perfect for Augustus, which is the client. And so it seems like hate to love, and they have a one-night stand, and it sounds like there's a lot of drama and like fun stuff happening in this one. So I'm really intrigued by it, and I've read a couple of books by Ava Hunter and really like them, so I really want to get to this in November. Then the last book on this list is Happy Place by Emily Henry. I really want to read this and Funny Feelings by her by the end of the year, and this one I think is like a vacation one. I think they've been, yeah, so they broke up and then they end up having to go on vacation together with all their friends, and they have to like fake date kind of. So I need to read this. I just need to read it so badly. I've had it on my TBR for months, so I need to read this in November or December at the latest, but definitely by the end of the year. So I really need to get to this one. All right, well, that is the last book I wanted to talk about in this video. I just wanted to keep my TBR kind of short and sweet unless other books came up that I wanted to read, or, you know, whatever it may be. But I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and definitely let me know what books you want to read in November, because I would love to know. And if you made it this far, leave me a purple heart emoji for November. And I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.